And we are learning more today about gunman Stephen Paddock's ties to Southern California. He graduated from the LA Unified School District and Cal State Northridge. And a former LA City councilman remembers being childhood friends with the mass shooter. CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in Sun Valley with that part of the story. Dave.
Well, like everyone else, they are totally perplexed. Paddock was a Valley boy. He was raised here. He went to school here across the street. Pauley, class of 1971. 46 years ago, Stephen Paddock was just beginning his senior year at Pauley High School in Sun Valley. And one of his classmates remembers him well.
He had a great sense of humor in high school. I had a computer class with him. So he was sort of geeky, but he wasn't a full-blown geek.
And now that sort of geeky high school acquaintance is now accused of being the biggest mass murderer in the history of this country. And Richard Alarcon, a one-time LA City Council member, says the minute he heard the name on television the night of the massacre, he said,
"Wait a minute, I know it's Stephen Paddock from elementary school and high school."
Then he saw the picture, asked a few other high school classmates, and it was him, the same guy that he played ball with at age 8.
We used to play on the after-school playground, on teams and everything. Just a typical American kid.
After high school, Alarcon said they went their separate ways. He never saw him again. And when he heard about Sunday night,
I was stunned, because if I had to pick somebody from back in the day who might have done something crazy like this, it would have never been him.
From Pauley High, Paddock went on to school at Cal State Northridge, where he graduated in 1977 with a degree in business administration. The school would only say that their police department has been in touch with Las Vegas police. In the mid-'80s, Paddock started buying real estate, apartment units. He bought 2 units in Hawthorne and sold them both nearly 10 years ago. No one at either apartment complex remembered him today, but a check of county records indicate that while he owned those apartment complexes, he sued his tenants a lot, 14 times to be specific. And nearly every time he was represented by a lawyer named Dennis Block. When contacted today, Block said he only did the paperwork, never met the man, and then he hung up.
He was a little bit cynical. I can even remember that he sort of had a little cynicism that he displayed in that class.
I asked Alarcon if he ever remembers running into Paddock at any of their high school reunions, and he told me, no, I don't remember seeing him, and if I did, I don't remember at all. Back to you in the studio.
Dave Lopez reporting for us live tonight in Sun Valley. Well, by